Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Maverick, bringing you the next episode of the Saga of Tanya the Evil. So, last episode, we had a little bit of a detour, right, with some rebellion forces in the back lines. It went through a big moralistic issue, reminiscent of, I guess, more World War I, with the territories of Alsace-Lorraine. But anyways, we got that behind us, and we're probably going back to the Western Front, right? And again, it begs the question: what exactly is it going to reference? Is it going to reference World War I with the offense of 1918, where the Germans basically concentrated all their forces from different fronts to make a big push through the French forces, eventually failing due to logistic issues? Or are they going to try to reference World War II, where the Germans essentially launched a full-out attack, combined arms attack, at the weak points of the French defenses, completely outflanking them and concentrating their firepower on the French weak points, eventually leading to the complete evacuation of France by the Allied forces? Or they could go something entirely differently, like I made the prediction last time, so maybe they're going to assassinate the Republican government, right? That's also possible, since this is not exactly adhering to strict history, right? So, any of these are possible. Oh yeah, and also a heads up to you guys, if you are watching this right now, it's most probably pre-recorded. And in fact, I've pre-recorded two or three episodes of this, depending on my schedule. I'm not sure yet, because when you're seeing this, I'm probably on vacation in Japan, attending a concert. So since this is the only series that is older, I can pre-record it and to give you guys some content. So, just a heads up, if there are some discussions in between, they probably won't be reflected in the next video. So, with that in mind, let's just get into the episode. And let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, a few days after. No, really? Well, I mean, she didn't actually kill the civilians herself, right? That was done by the artillery. This is the guy who Tanya met in the academy, right? Oh. Okay. Emergency transport from the combat zone. Hmm? Alright. Hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty well used strategy. Hmm. So they're essentially going to have to hold a front by themselves. Hmm. Alright. Let's skip this real quick. I'll see you guys in a second. And back. Joint conference. That is a lot of wine. Against France? Yeah. You wouldn't be want to be caught on the seas. Oh, that would be funny, wouldn't it? A reverse Normandy landing. That'd be ironic as heck. Sue for peace? Preparations for advance. Alright. Right flank front lines. Looks to be near the Low Countries. Really? I wonder how they get their reinforcements. Oh, they're trying to feign an attack. Alright. Really? Dang, she is decisive. You probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't curse him right here on the battlefield. Okay, so they're already initiating their retreat plan. Okay. Operation Fog and Sun? Oh. Hey, that's a callback to the second or third episode. Hmm. That's a nice contrast. Oh. Okay, misinformation even from neutral countries. Okay. Shock and awe. Huh. It is a kind of assassination attempt. Good point. And so how are you guys gonna support her? You? Oh man. Alright. What crazy plan are you gonna come up with now? Is it gonna be new technology or something in regards to mages? A jet? A V1? A V1 rocket? Oh my god. Yeah, that's like 40s. Doesn't really look like a V1 rocket, but on hydrogen fuel? Huh. No, I don't think that's what she's worried about. Really? Detachable fuel tanks? Hmm. Really? Yeah. Actually, I'm more worried if that thing's gonna explode midair. Or be unstable and just fall. Lowlands, basically the Low Countries, Belgium, and etc. Really? Straight to the point. They're actually gonna attack 3 targets at once? Well, one can. 'Explosions? Well, you are hinging everything on this one plan. Yeah. Cheers. Judging from the time remaining, we're probably not going to be seeing the actual assault this episode. I can't believe they're actually using V1 rocket. Don't say a word, Tanya. Alright, whatever. Dang. I'm fairly certain that actual V1 rockets didn't use these kinds of booster fuel tanks. Free market principle. Okay. That's the way. Alright. Oh, and we still have an ending? Alright, I think there's a little bit more after the ending song. So let me skip forward real quick, and if not, I'll see you guys in a second. Here we go. Oh, is it actually? Huh? Okay. Wait, seriously? Oh my god. Alrighty, so at the beginning of the episode, I made this question as to what they were going to reference more with this upcoming Western Front battle, right? Are they going to use World War I or use World War II as a base of reference? Well, they didn't really use either. It's more of, like, the events or circumstances that we see here are not really parallel to history, but I guess if I had to say, it mostly takes reference from World War II, and specifically probably the Battle of Belgium, right? So again, this is the 1940 German offensive I was talking about, where the Germans essentially completely circumvented the Maginot Line by striking at Belgium and France at one of the weakest points along the line, the Ardennes Forest. And so, yeah, it kind of alludes to that. They didn't really do this whole fake retreat thingy. They just simply smashed through the lines where they thought it was the weakest, right? But some things do run in parallel, both in the area, judging from the general geography, and also the sort of offensive by airborne force infiltration, if you will. So, during one of the initial battles, or how should I say this? Initial events? One of the things that happened during the initial stages of the Battle of Belgium was that the Germans did use what is probably one of the world's first usage of paratroopers, or actually more specifically gliders, right? Glider troopers. Is that a thing? But anyways, the use of gliders to capture important enemy fortifications, so that their own army could roll in unhindered, right? So I think there's some sort of parallel between what happened there and the fact that Tanya and company are using this sort of modified V1 rocket to attack key strategic positions, as well as take out the enemy headquarters, right? So probably we're going to be looking at a situation similar to that. And so maybe eventually we'll get the reimagining of the evacuation of Dunkirk in this anime as well. Although that, I guess we shall see. In regards to the actual plan, you know, the whole bring in the line so that they force them to come to us and then encircle them. Again, just as Tanya mentioned, it's a pretty well-known, well-used strategy. It definitely relies on good coordination as well as discoordination of the enemy, right? So in this case, it was also sort of hinted at where the right flank of the French, or sorry, not the French army, the Republic army is going to be slightly disorganized due to them thinking there's nothing for them to do, right? Only the left flank is on the pursuit. And so in this case, probably what's going to happen is the left flank is going to advance way too quickly, and where they will be encircled by the Empire army and finished off. The Empire army can then, you know, break through the line and encircle the remainder of the right flank as well. So I guess not really much to talk about there. I guess the most interesting thing that happened this episode was actually the use of the V1 rocket, right? Now obviously that's not an exact copy of a V1 rocket. A V1 rocket doesn't have detachable fuel tanks, and it doesn't have like 5-6 afterburners there, but the main design looks fairly similar. Oh, and also the V1 cannot fly at speeds of Mach 1.5, right? I believe the V1 was subsonic. It traveled at subsonic speeds. The V2, however, the V2 rocket, could actually go up to Mach 3, 4, maybe even potentially higher. So I guess they are not that crazy to bring out that kind of technology, but still, even here, the V1 rocket is a technology of, you know, at least 1940s, right? So again, showing a little bit more of technological advancement, although in this case, it might have been spurred on by the existence of being X. Now, you know, that V1 is V1. What I'm more interested in is, since we already know there's going to be World War II technology, are we going to be seeing some of the super weapons that were never used by Germany during the end of the World War II, right? So they actually had a lot of, you know, experimental weapons that never really saw the light because, well, they were being defeated, right? Germany was being killed off. So that's, I guess, a potential point to look forward to. And maybe even possibly the atomic bomb as well, right? Now that would make things very interesting. If not just from a geopolitical situation, right? So, anyways, that's been episode 9. Sorry if there's not really much I can add to this. I think it was a fairly straightforward episode again. And also, as I said before, I'm going to be on my vacation now, so when you guys see this video, it's probably going to be a pre-recorded video that's being uploaded and scheduled whilst I'm on vacation. So of course I'd still welcome all comments and whatnot, but I might be a little bit delayed in responding to them, and they won't be reflected in the next episode. So anyways, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.